Welcome. You are on the Conscious Mind channel. All you have to do is let yourself be guided by my voice. Close your eyes. August 8th is only hours away. And what happens on August 8th, the 8/8, is not something humans invented. It is an alignment that takes place in the sky between the sun in Leo, the star Sirius, and the Earth. Sirius is the brightest star in the night sky. It is twice as large as our sun, and since ancient Egypt, for more than 5,000 years, this alignment has been recognized as a moment of opening, a moment when the energies of the universe create a doorway. The Egyptians knew it. They built it into their temples, oriented exactly to capture the light of Sirius at this time of year. The Great Pyramid of Giza is aligned with millimetric precision toward the heliacal rising of Sirius. On the August 8th, when Sirius rises exactly with the sun on the horizon after 70 days of invisibility, for the Egyptians, it was the beginning of the sacred year. They called it the beginning of the new year, the moment of the sacred flooding of the Nile, the moment when heaven and earth touch in a way that happens at no other time of the year. And 8/8 also carries the force of its numerology. The 8, placed horizontally, is the symbol of infinity. 2 8s are infinity squared. It is the symbol of limitless abundance, of cycles that renew themselves, of energy that does not run out, but always returns to its source. The sun is in Leo during these days. Leo is the sign of the heart, the sign of courage, of generosity, of the willingness to shine without asking permission. Leo is the sign that reminds us that every human being was born to give light, not to hide it. Tonight, the portal combines all of that. The energy of Sirius, the amplification of the sun in Leo, the power of 8/8, and your heart willing to receive it. Tonight, in these days remaining before the 8th, that door is already half open. And you are here, not by chance. The people who arrive in this kind of space, at this kind of moment, do not arrive by accident. Something in you recognized the call. Something in you knew this was the moment to be here. Still, with your eyes closed, willing to receive. Close your eyes. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Give it a like right now if you are here in these days before August 8th, and subscribe to the channel so YouTube notifies you every time I publish a new meditation, I am here every night on Conscious Mind. This meditation has a specific purpose. It is not only to relax. It is not only to sleep. It is to prepare the field to open within yourself the inner door that corresponds to the outer door that 8/8 represents. Because the outer portal can only enter through the inner portal. And the inner portal is the heart. Bring your attention now to the center of your chest. Not as an exercise, as a return. The heart is the center of the most powerful electromagnetic field in the body. It is the place where humans have always felt the most important things: love, pain, gratitude, fear, hope. Everything happens in the chest. Everything has its record there. Bring your attention to the center of your chest and simply notice what is there. Is there tension? Is there openness? Is there something that has been closed for a long time that today, on this night, in these portal days, could have permission to open? You do not have to name it yet. Just notice. Breathe. Inhale toward the chest. Exhale from the chest. Again. Inhale. Exhale. I'm going to ask you to do something that requires honesty. I want you to think, only for a moment, about what you have been waiting for. Not something small. What you have truly been waiting for. That which appears in moments of stillness and that you push aside during the day because life continues and there is no time to feel it completely. That which, when someone asks how you are, is not in the answer you give, but it is in the real answer. What have you been waiting for? Healing in some part of your life or your body? A relationship that arrives, or one that heals? An opportunity that has not yet materialized? Peace in a situation that has gone unresolved for far too long, to finally feel enough without conditions? Take a moment to feel it, without shame, without judging whether it is too much to ask, without evaluating whether you deserve it. The portal does not evaluate. The portal has no conditions. The portal knows nothing of the past. It only knows the now. It only knows what you bring in your heart in this moment. And what you bring in your heart in this moment is enough to pass through it. breathe. Now, we are going to prepare the body to enter. Find the most comfortable position you can. The body stretched out, supported, without unnecessary tension. If there is any point in the body that still holds tension, do not force it. Only place your attention on it. And as you exhale, invite it to release. The shoulders. Exhale, the shoulders lower. The jaw. Exhale, the jaw loosens. The hands. Exhale, the hands open. The abdomen. Exhale, the abdomen releases. The prepared body is the body that can receive. A tense body is in defense mode. A relaxed body is in opening mode. And to enter a portal, you need to be in openness. You do not have to be perfect. You do not have to have done everything right. You only have to be willing. Are you willing? There is something else I want you to release before continuing. Doubt. The doubt that says whether this is real, whether it works, whether you deserve it, whether you are going to receive something, or whether you are going to be one of those who try and nothing happens. That doubt is part of the rational mind. It is his job. The rational mind cannot help evaluating and questioning. That is what it does. But the rational mind is not the one that is going to cross the portal tonight. The heart is going to cross the portal. And the heart does not doubt in the same way. The heart knows things the mind cannot verify. The heart feels before the mind understands. The heart recognizes what is true before there is proof. Tonight you leave the mind at the outer door. Only for tonight. Only for these hours. And you enter with the heart. Breathe. Now the visualization. Imagine that you are in an outdoor place. It may be a desert. It may be a mountain. It may be an open field beneath the night sky. Choose the one that resonates most with something in you. It does not matter which. What matters is that you are outside at night and the sky is completely clear. Above your head, the stars. More stars than you have ever seen from the city. Thousands, millions. A Milky Way crossing the sky from horizon to horizon like a river of light. And among all those stars, there is one that shines brighter than the others. white, pulsing, with an intensity the others do not have. That is Sirius. You know it, even if you have never consciously known it. Something in you recognizes it. Because for 5,000 years, it has been pointed to as a star of power, of wisdom, of connection with what lies beyond what we see. Observe that star. Let its light reach where you are. Feel whether something in the chest responds to that light. Sometimes it is warmth. Sometimes it is an expansion. Sometimes it is only a sensation difficult to name that says, yes, this is real. Breathe toward that light. Inhale, exhale. And now, directly beneath that star, on the horizon, something begins to appear. A structure, tall, immense, made of a light that is not of this world, but that somehow is completely familiar. 2 columns of light, one on each side, and between them, an arch, a doorway. The 8-8 portal. It has no fixed color. It may be golden, it may be white, it may be blue like Sirius. In your imagination, it has the color it needs to have. Trust what you see. Feel the field of energy emanating from that doorway. You do not have to understand what it is. Only feel whether you notice it. Sometimes it is like warmth arriving in waves. Sometimes it is a vibration in the chest or in the hands. Sometimes it is simply a certainty, a stillness of knowing that what you are looking at is real. You walk toward the portal. There is no hurry. The ground beneath your feet is firm. Ancient earth beneath your feet. The air is clean, cleaner than any air you have breathed before. There is something in the air of this space that is not normal, a quality you cannot define with words, but that the body receives as relief. The star Sirius keeps shining above the structure of light, and with each step you take toward it, the field that emanates becomes more perceptible. Closer. The ground changes slightly beneath your feet. It becomes clearer, more luminous, as if the ground itself carried the frequency of the portal, and that frequency rose through the soles of your feet. Feel that. The soles of the feet receiving, the legs receiving, the abdomen receiving, the chest receiving. With each step you take toward the portal, more of the body fills with that frequency, more warmth, more clarity, more intensity in the chest. A sensation that is not anxiety, even if it resembles it in intensity. It is expectation. It is the anticipation of something the heart already knows before it arrives. Closer. The light of the columns illuminates your face now. You can feel the portal on the skin, warm, alive, pulsing, until you are standing right in front of the doorway. From here you can see it completely. Its scale is enormous. The two columns of light rise as far as the eye cannot reach, and the arch between them emits a light that pulses softly, like a breath, as if the portal also breathed. Boom, boom, a heartbeat of light. Your heart responds. Breathe, inhale. Standing before the portal, there is something you must do before crossing. In your hands, in the imagination, you are carrying what you asked for earlier, what you have been waiting for, what your heart knows it needs, but your mind sometimes doubts whether to ask for. You have it now in your hands, not as a physical object, but as something real, like the weight of a desire held, like the form hope takes when it has been alive in you for a long time. Hold that in your hands. Look at it. Not with judgment, with love. With the kind of love you would have for someone you wish to be happy. Yourself, deserving of what you have been asking for, deserving of what you have been waiting for, deserving of the universe conspiring in your favor. Look at it that way. And notice whether the chest opens a little more as you do, whether something softens, whether there is less distance between what you desire and the belief that it can arrive. That is the work the portal does before you enter. It prepares the inner field so receiving becomes possible, because one cannot receive from a closed heart, because abundance cannot enter where there is no space, because the miracle cannot land where the ground has not been prepared. Tonight there is prepared ground. Tonight the heart is open. And before entering the portal, say in silence, from the heart, not from the mind, I am ready to receive. I am ready for this to change. I am ready for the miracle whose way of coming I do not know, but that I know is on its way. I release it to the portal. I trust it. I surrender it. Feel whether something in the body responds to those words. Sometimes there is relief, as if carrying the desire were a weight, and surrendering it to the portal makes it lighter, as if you no longer had to do it alone. Now enter. One step forward. You cross the threshold. And inside the portal, the sensation is different from anything you have felt in visualization. It is not darkness. It is a light so complete that it produces no shadows. It is a space where time does not work in the same way, where the past and the future do not have the weight they have outside. Here, only what you are in this moment exists. Not what you were, not what you will be, what you are. Inside the portal, there is something. The outside world does not always allow you to see clearly your own magnitude. Outside the portal, life has a way of reducing you. Responsibilities, comparisons, accumulated disappointments, the times you tried something and it did not turn out as you expected. All of that creates an image of you that is smaller than what you truly are. Here inside, that image has no power. Here the light of the portal shows something different. It shows what you are when you are not limited by the story. What you are in potential. What came into this world through you. Unique. Unrepeatable, with no possible duplicate in the entire universe. That is what the portal sees. That is what Sirius illuminates from above. Not your story, your potential. Not your mistakes, your capacity to renew yourself. Not what you lost, what you can still create. And what you are, in this moment, is enough to receive. That is the first thing the portal tells you. Without words, like a certainty that reaches the chest directly. You are enough. What you came to ask for is not too much. What you desire is not beyond what is possible. What you await is closer than the mind believes. Breathe inside the portal. Inhale that light. Not the light you see with your eyes. The light the portal emits in a frequency that the body receives directly. You inhale it through the nostrils and feel how it descends through the throat, through the chest, through the abdomen, as if each inhalation filled the body with something denser than normal air, more nourishing, more alive. Exhale what you no longer need. The fear you carried without knowing you carried it. The doubt installed by someone who said you could not. The tiredness of waiting too long without signs. The feeling that perhaps this time will not happen either. All of that, as you exhale, leaves the body. You exhale it into the portal, and the portal transforms it. What was weight becomes light. What was doubt becomes space for the new. Inhale. Exhale. Again. Deeper. Each breath inside the portal charges the body with something that has no name, but that the body recognizes. A high frequency, a vibration that the cells receive and that the nervous system feels as relief, as expansion, as the sensation that everything can be well. And with that vibration reaching the heart does something it rarely does when everyday life leaves no space. It opens completely. Not a little, completely. Like a flower that has been about to open for days, and suddenly the light arrives from exactly the right angle and the petals release. Like that? Feel that. The heart open inside the 8/8 portal. Nothing to defend, nothing to hold, only receive. Stay here for a moment. In the light of the portal. Without doing anything, without asking for anything more, only receiving what the portal is already giving. Something unexpected may arrive, an image, a word, an emotion you did not expect. Clarity may arrive about something you were doubting. The certainty of a direction you did not know how to take may arrive. Or perhaps simply peace, a peace that does not depend on circumstances changing. Whatever arrives is yours. It is the portal speaking in the language your soul can receive tonight. Breathe. Now the portal does something else. It marks you. Not with something visible, with something carried in the energy field. A new frequency, a tuning with what is coming, as if the portal calibrated your system, as if it adjusted the inner signal to the frequency of what you are asking for, so that when the miracle arrives, and it will arrive, the system recognizes it, so you do not let it pass without seeing it, so you do not minimize it or dismiss it out of habit. Miracles sometimes do not arrive in the form of lightning bolts. They arrive in the form of people who appear, of conversations that change a perspective, of opportunities that present themselves exactly when they were needed, of a feeling that the situation that seemed to have no way out suddenly has a way out. And sometimes the greatest miracle is not what arrives from outside. It is what awakens from within. The miracle of deciding that a certain way of living has been enough. The miracle of daring to ask for what you truly want. The miracle of seeing your own life with new eyes and discovering that there are more possibilities than the tired mind can see. Those are miracles too, and they also enter through the 8-8 portal. After August 8th, you are going to need that capacity to recognize them when they arrive. The portal gives it to you tonight. Feel whether something in the body changes as you receive that mark. Warmth in the chest, tingling in the hands, a sensation that something aligned, even if you cannot describe it precisely. Trust what you feel. Breathe. It is time to leave the portal. Not because time is running out, but because you have already received what you came to receive. And what is received inside the portal is integrated outside, in the body, in sleep, in the fabric of the days to come. You take a step toward the exit. You cross the threshold in the opposite direction. And as you cross, there is one last instant inside the portal, an instant when the light is more intense, when the frequency is higher, as if the portal were giving you one final impulse, one final dose of what it came to give you. Receive it. It enters the body, into the chest, into the heart. Yours forever. No one can take away what you receive in a space like this. And outside, the sky is still there. The stars, the Milky Way, Sirius shining blue and white above the horizon. But something is different. You are different. Not in a way the mirror would show, in something more subtle, in the way the chest feels, in the way the breathing happens, in something you will carry with you while you sleep tonight, and that will be there when you wake tomorrow. Observe the portal behind you. Still open. Always open to you during these days. You can return. You can listen to this audio as many times as you need before August 8th. Each time you listen, the access deepens. Each time the mind becomes still and the heart opens, the portal can give more of what it has to give. Every night until the 8th, one more layer. Every night until the 8th, a little more field prepared, a little more ground ready, a little more of you aligned with what you ask for. Breathe. Allow the image of the night sky to begin to blur. The stars become softer. The horizon dissolves. The darkness of the sky becomes the darkness behind the eyelids. You are back in the body. The body that is lying down in this moment, supported still, breathing. A body that crossed the portal tonight. A body that now carries a new frequency. This frequency works while you sleep. Integration happens in sleep. The energy received in meditation settles into the deepest layers of the energy system, while the conscious mind rests. In deep sleep, what you received in the portal has space to anchor into every cell, into every layer of who you are, so that when you wake tomorrow, it is not only the memory of a meditation, but something that changed in the structure of how you are, and how you see, and how you move in the world. That is what 8/8 sleep does. Not only rest, integration. Tomorrow, something will be different, even if you cannot name it exactly. Trust that process. Trust what you receive tonight. The sleep that comes now is not ordinary sleep. It is integration sleep. The energy field that the portal opened in you tonight needs sleep to settle into every layer of the system. The conscious mind steps aside and the work happens in depth, in the tissues, in the energy field, in that part of you that never sleeps, but that in sleep works with more freedom than in waking. Allow that to happen. Do not try to stay awake to feel more. Sleep is the next part of the process. Sleep is where the portal does its real work. Surrender to sleep. And in these days, remaining until the 8th, you can return to this space. You can listen to this audio every night. Each time you do, the portal opens a little more. Each time the heart becomes still and the mind steps aside, the frequency of 8/8 can enter a little deeper. Trust that on August 8th, when the alignment is complete, the field you prepared tonight will already be ready to receive the amplification that day brings. You are prepared. The portal chose you before you chose it. That you are here tonight is not an accident. That you arrived at this audio on these specific days is not a coincidence. The universe does not operate in coincidences. It operates in synchronicities, which is something very different. Moments when the outer and the inner align perfectly, because both were ready at the same time. You were ready. And the door was open. And the two met tonight. That is enough. That is all a portal needs. That the one who calls is ready, and that the door is open. Both conditions were fulfilled. What you asked for entered the portal. What the portal has to give you entered into you. The exchange is complete. breathe one last time with intention. Inhale, bringing everything received into the body, sealing it, settling it, making it completely yours. Exhale, releasing what you no longer need, with gratitude, because it served its purpose, with lightness, because it no longer needs to be carried. And now simply sleep. The portal remains open while you sleep. The star Sirius keeps shining, even if you do not see it. It has shone every night of every night in human history, before cities existed, before words existed, and it will keep shining. Tonight it sees you. Tonight, the frequency it emits reaches here, reaches where you are lying down, reaches the body that is going to sleep, and that is going to dream, and that is going to wake tomorrow, different from how it fell asleep. August 8th is arriving, and you are ready. Sleep, rest,